Hey, what's up guys, I'm Praetorian and welcome back to Stellaris First Contact. So I did get all of our planets and stations names. Many of these are based on your guys' suggestions. So we got Croaky Metal over here for our Forge world, producing those alloys. Skyforge is in the same system as the capital. And that's based off of a name from Skyrim. But you know, Skyrim has orcs, so I guess that makes sense. We've got the Smog Jungle, the Bot Factory, one of the places I left a robot assembly, what's that, robot assembly plant, and then the Gas Center, because these guys got the gas extraction wells. And then the last one is the Hub, which is our trade station here. Alright, so we're going to keep these closed because we're getting quite a few planets now. It's getting difficult to navigate through all these, but I did get everything building on all of our planets. Make sure that everybody's got jobs. So the first thing we're going to be doing in today's episode is we need to talk to the Artist Enclave in order to commission an art piece. Given we're not big fans of the art, we don't really need the amenities or the immigration pool, we've got to get the opinion up higher so that eventually we can organize a festival across our worlds. That'd be really helpful. I suppose if we did this one here, we would be at 50 plus opinion, and we do need the unity, and we have the energy, so that's what we'll do. And that'll get us up to 50, and then we can organize a festival, which allows us to get increased happiness. And the reason why we need that, of course, because we do have some rebellious planets, those new planets that we just got. And then also increases pop growth, and we always need more pops. Alright, excellent. So we've got a lot of alloys sitting here. So what we're going to do is go ahead and start working, finally, on this third army here. And we also need a leader for them. So let's go ahead and let them update themselves first, and then we'll go ahead and get them reinforced with whatever we have here. And I don't know if we'll be able to, probably not going to be able to get them at the full size due to the naval capacity. And we already have a general sitting here, so we're going to get her hired, or put into that fleet. Alright, let's go and speed this up. So we're working on a few things here. We've got our scientists coming over here to work on this special project. I want to know, what do you guys think about changing the name of Bounty Ice? Maybe like to Sentinel or something like that? You know, so we'll always remember that amazing battle that we fought. Could name it something else. Or could keep the name. One thing I did do, I got this updating as a sort of monument to the battle. So we knew we were going to get that tradition here in just 1 month. And that's the last on the genetics branch. So that's going to allow us to, well, it gives us one more trait pick. And we can also alter the pop appearance, which is pretty cool because you basically completely change what the species is and make them into whatever you want them to be. And then also we'll get more gene modification points. And it looks like it allows the research of some rare technologies too. So we're going to get that, and we'll read this. I guess we'll read this first and then we'll pick the perk, since that should pop up here, a little notification. So Evolutionary Master. Gone are the days when the survival of our species was at the mercy of chance, when an orc's fate was decided on the whims of nature and the genetic lottery. The engineers of our time work not in steel and concrete, but in the very building blocks of life itself. With advanced gene modification, we will secure the future of our nation. Alright, so as far as perks go, unless there's one of those ones available that we wanted to get, which I don't think so, because I think we're still working on a tech. You know, let me just double check here, because I want to say, yeah, I think this one here, well, it unlocks this one, which we're not going to get. This one here, it's one of the requirements, but we also have to either repair or fully upgrade a mega structure in order to actually get this one. But I believe it allows you to get the other mega structures, so that's what's important. And so we'll be able to start getting some mega structures and then getting those updated, so that we'll eventually be able to get that. So we're just going to leave this slot open for now. Alright, so now that we've gotten that tech, we can go ahead and start working on changing up all of our species. We could wait until we get this done here. I almost want to, so that we could, you know, work on, as we say about these alloys, fully building up this fleet here. Because I'm a little worried that we won't be able to get it all the way up to max capacity due to naval capacity shortages. You know, I'm actually doing a few things on the stations. I built all around our stations here. And Badlands is kind of going to become our naval logistics center. So we're going to update this, upgrade it, and then get a bunch of anchorages, and then that will increase the naval capacity. So we might be able to do it that way. So I think we can go ahead and start working on our species changes. And this is going to be worth it, I think, because we've got a lot of points that we can make use of. So we have 7 points, but we can only get 1 trait. So we'd have to get rid of one of these. And you know, these are pretty similar. I mean, this actually says quarrelsome in the description, that they're often quarrelsome or questioning. I feel like we gotta leave one on there because they're orcs. Now, technically, it would be in our best interest to probably remove both of these, though we might not have many points in that case. That'd leave us with 4. So yeah, we could still do quite a bit down here. And we better get 3 traits. Yeah, if you looked at this here, you'd have 4 points to get 3 traits. So you'd have to get like 1 2-pointer and 2 1-pointers. So I mean, that would be an option. But again, I feel like our orcs have to have one of these traits, right? So we're just going to get rid of this one. So we'll have a little bit more flexibility down here. So you notice that some of these are different colors. Now, of the normal traits here, Venerable is the only one that is blue. But then you got all these other blue ones. And then ones that we can't even select. So these are not allowed if you don't have that genetics tradition. This only becomes available if you have it. We might want to go ahead and actually get rid of the rapid breeders in order to get one of these. Or the adaptive, because that makes it, yeah, these are like better versions of those. So you could do that as well. And I think we will. We won't get this one. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of the adaptive and the rapid breeders. That gives us a lot of points to play around with. And then we can go ahead and add in the fertile, though, man, those are pretty expensive. Yeah, they're pretty expensive. But obviously, it's worth it. These are really good. So pop growth speed's going up by 30%, and we're going to use less housing. And then robust is habitability plus 30%, increased resources, and increased leader lifespan. So pretty useful. And then with those last 2 points, I think we're going to do natural machinist. That gives us more alloys and consumer goods. So I think that's pretty useful too. So that'll be everything. We have a trait left, but no points. So I think that's pretty good. So let's go ahead and create this template. And basically our orcs are going to be absolutely fantastic. And with that increased habitability, now they can kind of live on any planet, which we kind of need them to do because they're our main, really the only species that can work certain jobs as of right now. But of course we'll be changing that. It looks like we have some orcs still going with this template. I don't know if I've got, have to take a look at our planets. We might have like a planet that's set to create those. And rather than the new ones. Maybe that's what's going on here. Yeah, we need to take a look at that. But yeah, let's go and apply this template to all orcs. This is going to take a while because we've got a lot of orcs, 190. And so this will be 15 months to get this researched. Now, it should be much quicker, or maybe not much quicker for these guys. They're not that much of a lower number of pops. But yeah, as we go down this, it'll get quicker. Alright, so we're going to work on the orcs, and we need to just take a look at some of our planets to see if I've got anybody like locked. So yeah, we might be assembling the wrong orcs here. Yeah, I think that's what we got going on here. So we need to go to any species. Let me just see here. Yeah, we won't be able to change it until after we get them changed up, but I was supposed to select these orcs. Oh, here we go. We can change it this way. All right, so we'll make sure we're only producing the new orc pop. So that's what the problem was. That's where those extra 3 came from. Let me just make sure that there's no other ones. We know that there's 3. So there'd have to be 3 of these orcs here, these different types of orcs. No, there's only 1. So I must have done the same thing on another planet. Maybe the Citadel? Yeah, that one's not locked. When I dipped around our planets, I didn't see any other ones that were locked. So, yeah, I'm not entirely sure what happened with those other 2 pops. We did upgrade that 3rd fleet. We could also come with some different names for these fleets. Because as we get more of them, it might be kind of difficult to keep track of which one's which. So yeah, we could come up with some special names for all 3 of these. If you guys want to post some suggestions down in the comments. We need to build a new army. Okay, so we need to get that taken care of. Let me just make sure. Yeah, it looks like those are just the ones that we're already building over here. So we're going to merge these 2. Are they still? No, they're not on the planet. So I'm going to merge them. We'll see if we're creating any additional ones as well. Yeah, we got these ones here being built. We'll go and let them continue that, but we need to build more armies anyways. So let's go ahead and build some on Orc Prime. So we're going to want to get the Gene Warrior Orc armies, though maybe we might want to wait as we make changes. We might have a better, we might end up having a species that's better than the Orcs. So yeah, we'll just wait. We'll let those ones build that are already building so we have some sort of army. But it might be something we want to change in the future. So we got the advanced cloaking field generator. I think we just did that to refresh the options here because we didn't really need that. This one can be useful in certain highly defensive locations. It gives you more defense platforms you can build, which does become a problem once you get the ion cannons. And she's good at researching that, so that's what we'll go for. So it'll be 23 months for her to get that knocked out. Yeah, we got our third fleet building up here. I think we still have a bit more to add to it. So this is an event that you get occasionally when you do the Festival of Worlds, and it will allow you to get 2 pops from it. And yeah, we'll let them stay. We always are willing to get some more slave pops. So let's just take a look and see who these Voldari are. So they're pigs. With a Tomb World preference because, of course, they were spawned on a Tomb World. And they're thrifty. Okay. It's probably not one we're going to make adjustments to anytime soon, if ever, considering the fact we just have the 2 pops. You can get more, because that event will fire some, every once in a while when you get it. And we did finish up the construction and a couple of our star bases, so let's just take a look here. I think I was just rounding this one out. We had like an open slot here. But what about the bot factory? So the bot factory is one of the locations where we're going to have it be our anchorage. And that is right here. Now, these are several star bases fairly close to each other. So it probably would be better to build these elsewhere. I might get rid of... We could get rid of this one since that one's so close, and then keep this one. Yeah, I should have probably done that differently. Probably should have done this one here. I didn't even think about this one. And then this could also be like a defensive location as well. Not that we really need it, because I'm not too worried about the Rothic Alliance at this point. So we'll just leave this as is with these 2 here, and then start building up the anchorages. And then we'll get the Naval Logistics Office. And then once those are built, then we'll get rid of the one over there in the bot factory, since it's so close to the Rothic Alliance one and that one. And see if there's anything up here we need to be aware of. Nope. Okay, so our scientists should be over here working on the special project Into the Earth. And we'll see what we find. That's the tombs that the Sentinels were guarding. And then with the next tradition that we get here in 53 months, we'll be able to get a new slot unlocked. So this is the event for that special project, the Evermore. The Sentinel was indeed hiding an entryway. It opens on a mezzanine of underground tunnels leading deep into bouncy ice's crust. There, a sapient species of humanoids native to the planet prepared for their final journey in a set of beautiful ceremonial chambers. At the end of their mortal existence, they abandon their fleshy bodies for a virtual afterlife within a simulation of paradise contained on a single drive. At some point, the entire population decided to move on to a digitized existence, leaving only a few behind, their minds uploaded to the Sentinels, condemned to guard their resting place forever. Perhaps this virtual simulation could lift the spirits of the masses. It certainly seems to hold some entertainment value. So we say purge the aliens and repurpose the simulation for our own needs. This will get us 300 influence, and then the cheap thrills modifier will be added. Hot consumer goods upkeep will be reduced, and happiness will be increased. Or, because we are xenophobic and militarist, we could say a virtual hunting ground. Now that's entertainment. Again, get that 300 influence, and the cheap thrills modifier would have the addition of militarist and xenophobe ethics attraction. Looks like other than that, it's the same bonuses. Or you could say the aliens will make excellent lab rats commence the freak show, and once you get a pretty good bonus to research on the planet. Well, we could definitely use the research, but I feel like we gotta say a virtual hunting ground, right? Yeah, I think we gotta go with that one, guys. So let's go with that one. And at the very least, we're gonna get some happiness from this. So that's good. Make this planet more happy. So now I really feel like we need a new name for it, since we have this, the Evermore, where we can go hunting these aliens, these digitized aliens here. So we could call it the Sentinel or something else, but I feel like it needs a different name than Bouncy Ice. Alright, so this is the end of the New World Order situation that's been happening on that pre-FTL planet. In a stunning display of strategy, Farglick has crushed the planet's resistance. Sleeper agents in the rebel ranks precipitated a coordinated and planet-wide attack. Before the rebel commanders knew what was happening, their positions were overwhelmed. Dottari is now a unified world. Okay, so they're going to be fanatically authoritarian. We're going to get some society research and gain some progress towards the next insight technology. And that finishes up the situation. Okay. So we got some society research. I assume that would... I think that can be applied to the species changing. Because, yeah, we're not using our research right now. Could get added to this, but I think whatever your research is, regardless of where you're getting it from, I think it's... You know, it's just applied to... Yeah, so I think it's just going to speed this up a little bit. So that's good. We'll get it done quicker. Our starbase and Titan has finished up its construction. I want to say we got that deep space black site is when I added to it. So this is a trade hub. I don't think we need to build any further. There's no other trade to be collected that's not currently being collected outside of the 6 trade right there. Probably not worth getting at the moment. So I think we're going to leave this as is, because we could instead use our alloys for this fleet here. Trying to get them built up a bit more. And the science ship is done over here, so we already have something for them to do. We have not explored this wormhole over here yet. So let's go and explore it and figure out where it goes to. That would be good information to have. There's also a wormhole over here. So that's something to consider, is that we do have wormholes that connect to somewhere. And so we might need to build starbases there. Now we do have some starbase capacity to make use of. So yeah, maybe we'll want to build them there if it's a potentially aggressive empire on the other side. Alright, so let me take a look at these starbases before we start messing with the species again. So this is a defensive location. So we'll go ahead and continue to build it out as such. We'll go ahead and get ourselves... We'll get a hangar bay and a torpedo battery here. And then let's also get the one that reduces the shields. And then the Citadel is also upgraded. And so now we have some open slots here. And I think we're going to do an anchorage here as well. Yeah, let's go ahead and do that, guys. So we're going to get... I don't think we need trade hubs here. No. So let's going to get 2 of those. And then get the Naval Logistics Office. We've got to increase our naval capacity here. And then we finished modifying the orc species, so they're going to be far better overall. So it's going to work on our next species, which is going to be the Haspelov. So I'm not sure exactly what we're going to do with them. I don't think we'll change their name. Probably keep them as is. We do want to get rid of that weak trait though. So we'll get rid of that. That leaves us with 3 traits and 8 points. Enduring is useless since we don't need leader lifespan if we're not going to allow them to be leaders. So we can get rid of that, and that leaves us with 9 points. So let's see what we might want to get here. Could make them really good at research. I think we might do that. Yeah. Let's make them really good at research. Obviously that leader level cap doesn't really help us at all. But I think that would make sense. So let's get them that one. And they already have the natural engineers. So I think we'll keep them. We'll keep that one. We could also go with the society research though. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Let's get rid of that one and instead have them do the society research. Natural sociologist. But overall, they're going to be very good at research in general. I suppose what I should have done is take a look at their planets to see, besides the Titan tech world, what we need them to be good at. This is based on what they're already currently doing. So there's only 6 of them on here. I mean, a lot of these planets aren't very highly populated. You do have Crimoria, and there's 30 of them on there. That's a Forge world. Then there's Mount Grub, which also has 19 of them. Okay, so I think it is the right choice to have them focus on technology. So let's just go ahead and fix this, get rid of all these again. Get them set up the way we had them. Yeah, we definitely want them focused on technology. The reduction of pop consumer goods, that's pretty good. To reflect the fact that they used to be a highly religious species, I think we should get the traditional. That'll increase their unity. So we'll do that. And then that leaves us with 2 possible traits here. I don't think it makes sense to have them be strong. Could do the natural machinist as well with these guys. That's only 2 points. So yeah, it might make sense to get them that one. Yeah, I think we'll do this one, because we saw they have a Forge world. And then in addition to that, maybe Ingenious. Could do Docile too. Doesn't really make sense that they'd be Docile though. Yeah, let's go ahead and do the Ingenious. Alright, excellent. Just had to let that play for a day for it to pop up. And so yeah, you can see it's cheaper. So it's only going to take 10 months here to get them changed over. But overall, all of our pops, as we do this, are going to become far more productive and helpful for our empire. And the wormhole has been explored. So let's go ahead and take a look at where it connects. So you just click on it and then it shows you where it connects to. So that's all the way over here on the other side of the galaxy, connecting to these xenophobic isolationists who have an equivalent fleet power. Okay. That's interesting. So they're not highly likely to attack us, but if they did, they have a fleet that could cause us some trouble. So could build a starbase there. Maybe we will. Let's see where the other wormhole goes first, though, which is over here. That means we can also conquer through that route. Now, personally, I don't really like building my borders all over space. I like to expand naturally, push the borders forward. But it is an option. Let's go and explore that wormhole and see where it goes. Now, remember, we do have the ability to activate those relics. I don't think it's really necessary at this moment. We don't really need more new pops of different species that we'd have to modify. And of course, the other one is just for the military bonuses. And when you're not at war, obviously, that's not all that helpful. And of course, we'd have to use the Unity. And I'd prefer to open up a new slot here in 35 months. So that's what we'll save that for. So we're going to continue building up this fleet at 95 of 150. Yeah, this is going to get us more points in here. So you'll see us getting more and more powerful. We're at 15,000, so over double the power of the second place country. So yeah, we're getting more and more powerful here. This one here, the enemy on my enemy, is going to be done in 160 days. And doesn't that one also increase the effective fleet power? Yeah, 60%. It's massive. It gives us naval capacity too, but it does increase the ship upkeep. So we did explore this wormhole. Let's take a look at where it goes. So that one also goes to the other side of space, to this theocratic dictatorship. But they're very pathetic and weak, so we could easily conquer them if we wanted to. Okay, so not too worried about them then. Well, that would be another location that we could build up if we wanted to, but it's so far away from the rest of our stuff. I'm not too worried about it, and you'd have to go through here anyways. I mean, I guess you could ramp all the way around. It'll take time, though, to get to the rest of our space. You can come up this way, but you got a starbase there, too. So, yeah, I'm not too worried about that one. This one, on the other hand, you could get through a lot of our space here. And they have equivalent strength. So, let's go ahead and upgrade that one. Black Mountain has finished its construction, upgrading up to a citadel. So, let's go ahead and get 2 more trade hubs. As for this last slot over here, I guess you get the deep space black site. That's always helpful for the extra stability and the governing ethics attraction. So yeah, we'll go and get that. And then the other starbase is over here at 2 cold worlds. I think I just got the deep space black site. I think it's necessary to upgrade that any further. We'll save our alloys for upgrading the fleet. So getting close to the cap here. And I think we were about to switch these up, weren't we?
Scientific breakthrough achieved.
So we're getting the 2 anchorages there. I think I was going to get rid of the bot factory one here. I suppose we should see how much naval capacity it's going to take to get this fleet up to the full strength. So we got another pre-FTL event, implant malfunctions. As part of our observation efforts on Dutari, abduction teams have surgically installed brain implants on a number of Bessedon test subjects to track them and monitor their behavior. Unfortunately, due to a manufacturing flaw, many of these implants have malfunctioned and are now having an adverse effect on the behavior of our subjects. There have been a number of suicides and at least 3 episodes of violent hysteria. The researchers on our observation post have requested assistance in rounding up the remaining subjects and removing their implants before there are any more incidents. I feel like we've already had this event before. Maybe I'm just misremembering. I know I've had it at some point. So we can say we need to clean up this mess. That offers a special project for us to do. And then there's also the option to say it's not our problem and one of the pops will die. I want to see what this will result in, as I don't recall. Might be something beneficial. And our scientist just finished up over here, so needs something else for her to do. So I was going to research that project. Also, we've gotten enough information to gather a new insight. We got the defense grid supercomputer. Yeah, not really anything to get here, guys. So we're just going to get the thing that's quickest, the 10,000 here. So we'll grab that. That'll take us 5 months to research. And also, we have finished changing up the Haspelov species. Alright, excellent. So they're a lot better now. And overall, we should be getting just a lot more consumer goods and alloys since we're adding that natural machinist to a lot of our pops. Alright, so let's go and work on the frogs or toads next. We'll be changing their name. Had a suggestion in the comments. So it was suggested that we name them Bullywug, which apparently this is the name of a frog-type species in Dungeons and Dragons. I've never played D&D, so I don't know. I don't know who they are. I haven't heard of them, but I did quickly Google it, and it seems that they're interesting-looking species. So yeah, we'll name them Bullywug. And then as for what we want them to do, should be quite a bit different than what we have these guys doing, since they're already focused on research and doing the metallurgy, which maybe we'll have everybody do that. Machinist could be really useful for everybody to have. They're repugnant, so they produce less amenities. We'll probably just get rid of that. They're not that ugly. Now, we will not be changing up their portrait. I don't know that we'll change too many portraits up. It's nice to have that ability. The only way I could see doing that is if we get 2 species that look have the exact same portrait, which sometimes happens. In that case, we'd want to change up one of their portraits. But yeah, I like keeping the ingenious here for them. Could also have them be industrious, I suppose. But I almost want to give everybody natural machinists, just so that we could, get plenty of alloys and consumer goods. But other than that, I want them to do something different. So they're not going to do anything when it comes to research, unless we did like one of these, and it wasn't sociologists. So maybe the engineers. I suppose that might make sense. Yeah, we could do that one. And I'm focusing on the engineering and the sociology, the society research, because those are the ones we're moving the slowest at. Our physics research, I think, is our fast, if I'm not mistaken. You just double check here. Yeah, 987. Engineering research is actually the slowest currently. Could have them be traditional as well. We kind of already gave that to somebody else. Could have them be docile. I don't know what the bullywugs are like in D&D, but yeah, I think we will make them docile. And then let's get rid of the rapid readers and then go ahead and give them the fertile. So that leaves us with 3 points remaining. So again, could do that natural machinist because we do have a bunch of forge worlds in there, part of space. I think we will get that to him. But then we would only be able to get one more trait if we did that. So maybe get one of these cheap ones, because it'd have to be a 1-pointer. Yeah, I think that's what we're gonna do. So one thing I haven't mentioned is the delicious trait. That's only helpful if you're eating the pop, which obviously orcs aren't eating anybody right now, and that is considered a part of genocide. There might be a slave setting for that, where you're not actually genociding them. I'll have to take a look. But there is the genocide one where you just completely eat them until they're all gone. Yeah, let's go get the natural machinist, and then I suppose we'll do... Yeah, we'll do the engineering one. Alright, so let's go to create that template. And then go ahead and get all 116 pops changed over to that. And so yeah, this time it's only going to take 8 months to get this done. So let me just take a look at that slavery setting. Just kind of curious. Yeah, livestock. So yeah, this does reduce their happiness quite a bit. But yeah, you can get extra food from them if they're delicious. And yeah, that's not purging them. So you don't get the genocidal issue where everybody hates you. So we do have to change the goblins up as well. So we're going to make use of our points for them next. Now, one thing I should be doing is kind of taking a look at the rights here as we go through. Make sure that anybody who's not good at military matters is exempt. Yeah, they're currently exempt here. And same thing with them. Yeah, excellent. Now, we will be changing up the rights of some of these species as we get them, just not those two. Those two are going to remain as is. We're still having problems. Oh, this is a new one, actually, new planet, but still having criminal problems on our new planets. So we should probably deal with that real quick. Yeah, let's go ahead and deal with that. With that decision. We do not want another prison planet, so let's go ahead and launch an anti-crime campaign. And then we finished construction over here on Badlands, where we're trying to get more anchorages. So let's go ahead and get 2 more of those. And I suppose we could go ahead and get the deep space black site. So we have our scientists moving over towards that mission now. And the Senate did pass the enemy of my enemy. Okay, so that's going to give us that extra naval capacity. But most importantly, going to really increase our points. We're at 16.7 thousand. So double what the Storm Ritterin have, which they're, our neighbors over here. Okay, so the next thing that is currently up, I just feel like we're never going to get that one law passed. Where is it? Did it really just fall completely down? Where the hell is it? Here it is. That was number 2. Very close to getting it done. Alright, so we're not going to vote for that. We're just going to leave this as is in the hope that, it'll eventually get up there. So we'll see what gets passed next, guys. Yeah, I really hope we can get that done, because we'd be able to interact with this so much more if we had the Galactic Council. So we did get the anchorages here. Now let's go ahead and upgrade this, and then we're going to go ahead and get rid of the bot factory one. I think it's too close here to these ones that we already have. I suppose that one's kind of far away. What we currently have here, we just got shipyards here. So basically need to make some adjustments to this. I don't even need shipyards over here. So we're going to change this one up quite a bit, actually. Let's go ahead and get a gun battery and a hangar bay to help with any pirate issues. And then we're going to go ahead and get a trade hub in these 2 locations. And yeah, we can keep those buildings there. Yeah, let's go ahead and get rid of this one. I know we have extra starbase capacity, but you know we're going to need that, guys, and I'd prefer to have it in other parts of our space, honestly. But yeah, as we conquer more locations, we're going to need that starbase capacity. It doesn't get that much higher than what we currently have. You get in the 20s, but not that much higher. It depends on how much space you conquer, obviously. But generally, you get maybe at 30 by the end game. Depending on what you can get it far higher if you focus on the right perks and traditions and stuff like that. But we'll probably get it somewhere around like high 20s. So our governor has leveled up. And our starbase has finished construction over here as well. So this is the one that's going to be a defensive one. Since we have an empire that can compare to us right on the other side of this wormhole. I guess we'll do the target uplink computer. Yeah, they pose a threat to us. So we did fully reinforce them as far as how high I had them built up. We have more space. So we'll have to take a look at that. And we got this one here. Again, that was just trying to refresh things. Wow, yeah, it must be at this point where we just don't have access to the later game technologies. Because there's a lot of stuff still to get, but it's just not popping up. And we're now at the point that we're getting the repeatables. These ones you can constantly just redo. Alright, well let's go ahead and get... I guess we'll do these ones here just... because they're quick. Yeah, I suppose we'll do this one. Just try and knock them out. Because yeah, none of these are going to be at all helpful for us. Alright, so we did finish construction over here. So do we want to upgrade it to a citadel? Or excuse me, the next level. Citadel's not the next level. Yeah, I think we will. Let's go and upgrade that one. And then... this armada here has been updated, apparently. I didn't know we were even doing that. Did something to it. So where are all our fleets? So we have one here, and then we have this one here. Okay, so let's go and send this one over to here then. Let's kind of spread these out a little bit. And yeah, we'll want to increase the size of that one as well. So we can go to the fleet manager here. So we should probably pause this because all kinds of things are going to be happening while we're in here. And go ahead and increase the number of battleships they have for sure. So we'll get those. Let me get one more of these destroyers. I almost just want to get rid of the ship smasher class though. And only use the flea flicker because that's really what the destroyers are best at. Is the point defense. So we might eventually get rid of those in all our fleets. We get some more corvettes. Because those can be powerful. With their evasion, they'd be kind of hard to hit sometimes. And they can do a lot of damage with all those missiles they be shooting, and you just have so many of them, and they don't cost very much when it comes to your fleet capacity. So we'll get those. We got the battleships going. We'll see where we're at. We still don't have enough alloys to get all that anyways. Also, we finished the construction over here. So we haven't upgraded to the last level yet. I don't know that we will either. So we finished up with our species. The new bullywugs. And so next is the goblins. We need to make some adjustments to them here. So they currently have the deviant. We'll probably want to get rid of that because our problem right now is lack of trait picks rather than trait points. Maybe get rid of the nomadic as well. Yeah, let's get rid of both of these here. We'll leave these. And what I think we're going to do is make it so they're good at every type of worker job. Because keep in mind, we're keeping them on the chattel slavery. Now you could like try and change it up so they could be specialists, so they could like natural machinists or something like that. But yeah, we're just going to keep them on what they currently are doing. So we want them to be good at all the worker type jobs. So we'll add the industrious there. So that makes them good at all worker type jobs and makes them a preference for getting those jobs. So give them that. And then if we want them to be good on other planets, we'll have to give them one of these ones. There's also that one, but that takes almost all of our points. Would be helpful, I suppose, but I wanted to give them docile. I feel like that makes sense for these guys. So could do rapid breeders with those last points. Yeah, we got 3 points remaining, and we can get two traits. So yeah, I could do the rapid breeders. And I think that might be what we do. Rapid breeders. Oh, we haven't given the adaptive yet. Okay, so we'd have to do the adaptive. And then that leaves the 1 point remaining. So we'll see if there's anything here that would be useful. Suppose you could do the traditional, but I don't think they could work any of the Unity jobs. The strong would be helpful for the worker hot resource output, but, you know, they're not strong. So you might not give them anything here. Or maybe give them a negative. Because we've been trying to leave a negative for some of these. Now, obviously, they don't and they don't, but our orcs have one. So I'd like some of them to have negatives. So we could just give them a negative just because. It doesn't have to be anything that's actually going to affect them. Like, give them slow learners or something like that. Just for fun. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. Could keep the deviance one as well. Like little troublesome goblins. So yeah, I could do that one as well. I think we should make them stupid though. So let's give them the slow learners. Yeah, we'll give them the slow learners, guys. And the reason why we're getting the habitability rather than the rapid growth is simply because we want them to be able to work on different planets and stuff. So yeah, we're gonna need at least some type of habitability trait. So we'll give them the slow learners just for fun. Let's go ahead and create that template, and then we need to get them all switched over to this. And so now this one's only going to take 5 months, so this is getting quicker and quicker to get done. Which is good, because it's taking up our society research, and we still got a lot of different types of pops to do. So we got the next event for that implant situation. So implants have been removed. Abduction teams from our observation post above Datari have worked in concert with the crew of the ISS Roktar the Brave to quickly gather the Vestodon test subjects with the faulty brain implants. The observation post surgical staff replaced the implants with functional versions, and the subjects have been returned to the planet's surface. As an added bonus, Science Officer Sabakira managed to extract a wealth of data from the removed implants despite their defects. Alright, so we got some more research. Helpful. And we're still in recess. So there's still time for this to change, but it does look like God damn it, now something else has moved up there. It does look like the minor administrative sanctions is going, oh, wait a minute. We might get the Galactic Council in there, guys. Yeah, we'll have to see. It's helping that we're getting more and more points. And that's, from our fleet here, so let's just keep on building it up. The Citadel has finished up their construction. So this is one of the anchorage locations here. So let's upgrade them once we have the alloys. So we can continue to get the anchorages there. And already done with the goblin species. That's basically what this episode's going to be, is just making adjustments to all of our species. So next is the Votany. And I think I might just change them to be Votany rather than Botnica. Change up their name here. They can stay Votany though. I have no problem with that. So I believe it's just NI. And then we'll do the same here with just adding the S for botanies. I could add a ES, I suppose. But yeah, we're just going to do it this way. And then they'll be Botanian. Alright, so change up the name, make it a little bit more simpler and easy to tell who they're associated with. So it's going to create this template. We can make an adjustment to it even after we do that there. I want to take a look at them here. So they're egalitarian and they're xenophobic. Let's kind of see how we might want to design them, make them a little bit different. Alright. So yeah, nothing specific here that's giving me any different ideas. Yeah, I don't want everybody to be the same. What we can do, because these guys are fungoid, is just give them some of the unique fungoid stuff. So we want to modify this template. As long as there's no pops associated with it that have been turned into it, you can just modify it. So I should have been doing that with those other ones rather than redesigning it. But yeah, we'll get rid of the weak trait. Or we could keep them weak, I suppose. Since we do have them set to the indentured servitude, they could just not work any of those type of jobs. But we don't want them to be resilient. We'll definitely leave them with that one. Could give them the budding one. It looks like that's one of the only unique ones here for them being fungoid. So yeah, I guess we'll give them that one. We got a lot of points left, so let's give them the fertile since that's worth 4. I think that would be useful to get. And yeah, we could just do like the robust to use those other 4 points and then leave them with the weak one. And that would make up for that weak trait as well. Yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll have them be good at research outside of the natural engineering, which they already have. We'll leave them with that one. Yeah, let's do this one. We'll do robust. Alright, so we'll update that template and then get it applied to all their species. This one's in like 3 months here. And then also, let me just make sure they're exempt from military service, which they are. Alright, excellent. So we're going to leave them on indentured servitude. The first species that we're going to be taking off indentured servitude is actually going to be these guys. I'll show you why once we get finished with our current modification. So the science ship is done, so they need to come back over to Orc Prime to assist research. And it's like it's already been 5 years here. So yeah, let's go ahead and redo this deal. We have the energy. No, and I think we need to redo the other deal as well. Though I guess we don't really need the amenities or the... Yeah, we don't need any of that, so... Yeah, we got everything we want from them. All we want is the extra unity. So we can get these traditions knocked out faster. So we can get access to our next branch. Alright, so we got a tech finished up, the ion disruptors. And I guess we'll just continue with this branch here to get all these. And now that the botany are done, let's go and work on what will be the last one for today's episode. So these are the Cormathani, and they're called the Super Cormathani because they have that Xionic trait. And so with this species, this is going to be the first species that we're going to give the right, a different right, basically, a different citizen right. We're going to make them residents. And they're going to be our highly intelligent species because they have that Xionic. That gives them extra unity as well, but mainly the research for all 3 types of research. They're also happier, so that's great. So they have the Alpine preference, and we have a lot of Alpine planets. They're already extremely adaptive. Now the reason why they're able to have so many here is because they already have 2 negative traits here. Yeah, let's go ahead and create a template here. We will want to change their name though. Yeah, I think we're going to change their name to something else. But for now, let's go ahead and make our adjustments here. And yeah, what I love is that they have the survivor trait already, so they can work on all our tomb worlds too. So let's get rid of the unruly and the resilient. They don't need to serve as soldiers. We got other things for them to do. And so we want to give them this one here, obviously, for the fastest possible research that we can grant them. We could also make them a bit more robust, increase the habitability up. That would make sense. Or you could give them one of these ones to make them even better at research. Well, let's see what we'll have left. So we get rid of that one and give them robust. So we still have the 4 points. I think it's worth the same amount there. These kind of need to be rebalanced a bit. That's what I did in my mod. I rebalanced this because I feel like it doesn't really make sense how much some of these cost. Don't really feel worth it. We could make them traditional. I don't think that fits for what we're trying to do here, though. Even though that would grant them a unity bonus, which we've already seen they have a unity bonus, so that'd make them even better at the unity jobs. Yeah, I don't think we're going to do that, guys. Could make them fertile so they grow faster. That would be all the points that we have here. And we'll probably keep the wasteful as their one negative. Yeah, we'd probably want to keep the wasteful. We could also give them decadent. So if they ever are workers or slaves, then they'll be unhappy. Maybe that makes more sense. Yeah, let's do that since they're not going to be doing those jobs. So we'll switch those up. So they'll have the happiness penalty if they're doing those jobs. You know, rather than give them the fertile, just have a difference in traits here. We do want to increase pop growth, but in order to kind of make them a little bit different, let's make them charismatic. They'll get more amenities from jobs. And we can still increase their birth rate, because we have enough points here. I just gotta find the... do we already have that? No, we don't have it yet. So yeah, there's still the rapid breeders. Here it is. So we'll get them that for the 10% pop growth speed. Now I've already come up with a name here. They're going to be the Magi. So the plural we're using is mages. So I imagine their psychic and telepathic powers would seem like magic to the orcs. And also with our kind of fantasy theme here, makes sense to call them mages. Now, Magi is actually originally the name for a priest in Zoroastrian, in the Zoroastrian faith. That's where we get that name from. And the plural for that would actually be like magus, magus, something like that. So like M-A-G-U-S. We're using mages since we're going with this fantasy theme, and then the magician as well here. So that'll be their name. Yeah, because they just kind of seem like they're magical with their powers here. So we're going to want to apply this template. Get it done here in 10 months. So that one's going to take longer despite the lower number of pops. Maybe because of all the changes we made, or perhaps because there's Ionic. I'm not entirely sure, but yeah, that one's pretty expensive for us to do there. Now, unfortunately, that's all the time we have for today's episode. Unfortunately, we got several years less than we typically do, and that's because we've been spending so much time, modifying our species and doing that. So yeah, we will have to end today's episode here. Overall, just making our pops far superior. Despite the changes we made, empire size is still incredibly high. And we're getting some pretty big penalties, particularly to the traditions there. Trying to make it cheaper here. But yeah, you can see research has stepped up already, and it's gotten a little bit higher. Not quite as high. I suppose we only made the adjustments to a couple species, made them actually better at science. But yeah, notice that just overall, our economy's doing absolutely fantastic. Look at the alloys. Alloy production is not too bad at all. Yeah, we're doing pretty good, guys. Let me just see if there's anything else we can do here. There is. Let's go and add to them. Oh yes, I completely forgot to change the species rights. Let me do that now so I don't forget for our next episode. So they're going to be changed over to residents. So they're the first pops we're given resident rights to. And then we'll have them do the stratified economy, which fits for how we design these guys. And we probably don't want them to exempt from military service because they will be really powerful since they're the telepaths. So I don't know if we'll get access to those though, actually. We'll keep them as soldiers only, but yeah, I don't think we'll actually get access to those because we don't have the tech for it, nor do I think we can actually get those. We'll have to see. But yeah, this looks good. First pop given rights in the United Orc Tribes. So yeah, I hope you guys did enjoy today's episode. If you did, make sure you leave a like on the video, subscribe to our channel, hit that notification bell, and leave a comment. Do hope to see you on the next one, and thanks for watching.